In this tutorial, we are going to study DocHopper Desktop. DocHopper Desktop is the possibility to transform DocHopper into a DMS, a document management system. DocHopper Desktop allows you to do three things. First, to create a document from a list of templates and insert them directly into your database. Second, to modify an existing annex. And third, to create a new version of an already existing annex. To create a document directly from your database, simply click on the down arrow and select from the list the template that you want to use to create a document. Let's consider that I'm going to use the template Word 96 2003. So I'm going to click. And we know this screen already, so I'm going to choose a category. Let's say for all intent and purposes I'm going to choose the TV category. I'm going to choose a folder and I'm going to give it a basic title, test. You can see here that in this rectangle this is the template that I have used to create my new document. So I click OK. What I see is that automatically a new document has been inserted into the database. If I select it, this document is completely empty. In fact, the template I used, called DocHopper, the Word template, was simply a Word document with nothing in it. So what you see here is an empty document. So I just take the file in question that has been opened. It has been opened locally, so what I'm actually editing is a local file, local copy of the file. So I'm just going to write down modification 1 and I'm going to save it. So I'm going to close the document and I'm going to click on DocHopper Desktop. So what I see here is that there is a list of files in progress. There's only one document in the list. And there is a clear mention of my document, test document. The document is ready for synchronization. It was a new document, and now to include it in my database, I simply select it and click synchronize. What I see is that this document has been included in the database and can now be seen by all users. That was the first utility. So if I want to create some new templates, I click on DocHopper Desktop. I go and choose this tab, the Templates tab, and I simply choose Add Templates, and I browse on my hard drive for a document. It can be any type of document. For example, Photoshop, you would just create an empty document, save it in the PSD format file, and just include it by clicking on Add Templates into your template list. Now there's a second way of working with DocHopper Desktop, and it's to actually modify an existing annex. So I'm going to stay with my example here, and I'm going to try to make a modification on the existing annex. So I select it in the annex list here, I right click, and I select Modify. So once again, what I see is that the document has been opened in Word here, and it's a local version of the file. If I go back to DocHopper, what I see is that in the list of annexes, now the annex is in red, indicating that nobody else can modify or create a new version, and that the person logged under login Pierre G is currently working on the annex. So I take my file. For example, I'm just going to change the number after the word modification. I'm going to write the number 2. So this is now the file with the content modification 2. I click on the save button and I'm going to close it, and I'm going to go back on my DocHopper Desktop. This time I'm not going to just to show you another way of synchronizing files. I'm not going to select it and click on synchronize. I'm simply going to choose the option Synchronize Automatically Office Documents. What it does is doing that as soon as a file, an Office file, so a Word, a PowerPoint or Excel document is closed, DocHopper regularly checks and automatically integrates the document. If I click on DocHopper Desktop, there are no files left on my desktop, it was automatically integrated into the database. So here what I see is that a modified version of document test was included in the database, and now the preview indicates that the content is modification number 2. Now the third way of using DocHopper as a DMS, a document manager system, is to make a new version of an already existing file. So here I'm going to try to create a version number 2 of the file. So I'm going to right click and select new version. Again, we know the drill. A new file will be opened locally on my computer, and what I see here is that the annex appears again in red, indicating that no one else can modify or alter the existing document. So I'm going to take the file and just change once again the content and just enter number 3, modification number 3. So now I can save the document, close the document, and just wait, because we have chosen synchronize automatically Office document, and every 15 seconds DocHopper checks on the content of DocHopper desktop and automatically integrates, it's been doing right now, the content of the file. So here what I see is that a new annex has been added, that's now called test v2, with a new version of the file. So here if I select it, I see modification 3. If I select the first one, it's going to be modification 2. There you are.